Washington State couple tried for years to have children, but nothing worked until they met another couple who had frozen their embryos. Heather Graff from Seattle affiliate KING reports that both families are part of a new kind of modern family. Check it out.
She's got such a personality. She's hilarious. She loves to make people laugh. Can you drink it?
At 16 months old,
You want some more?
is the center of her parents' world.
Mama! More, please. You want to?
I mean, I know that she has a purpose, she has a destiny. She was born for a reason on this planet.
Of course, any mom and dad probably feel the same way. But when you hear how hard it was for Rachel and Deani Victorin to get their baby,
We went through 4 rounds of IVF, and they didn't work. One of these is her.
you start to understand.
This is the embryos that they transferred into me when I got pregnant for Esther. So one of these is Esther.
Because this little girl was stored as a frozen embryo for 3 years, left over from another couple's in vitro fertilization. Then adopted, implanted, and 9 months later,
This is Esther at a few days old.
the Victorins' miracle arrived.
It was like, wow, that is amazing, you know?
But the story doesn't end there,
Baba, is that Baba?
and neither does their family.
It was January in 2012, and I contacted the agency, and I said, you know, Deani and I really feel like it'd be great if Jody and Larry could know Esther as a baby at this age.
Jody and Larry Dilworth biologically created Esther, which makes their daughter Bobby Esther's biological sister.
Yeah, it's hard, isn't it? I mean, it's hard to explain to people.
There's Baba.
While it might be unorthodox, Rachel desperately wanted her daughter to know her roots after seeing the alternative firsthand.
I have 2 adopted brothers, and it was always something in their life that they really missed and really longed for, was that biological family. And Gentle S.
The relationship that followed was documented initially through home videos and photos of their happy extended family, and then in the pages of People magazine as one of the first open embryo adoption arrangements in the country.
And it's been so good because it just makes her life richer. It makes our life richer.
Right.
Good job, Es.
Now, Esther is a gift shared by all of them.
People are drawn to her.
I'm a pigeon.
One baby, loved twice as much.
Nay, good job.
Is adorable. Elizabeth Cohen joins us to talk about this. Wow. So the embryo, now baby, looks like the couple too. I imagine that's something that they could ask for, correct?
That's right. You can say, if, for example, if you both have blonde hair and blue eyes, the husband and wife, you can say, find me another couple that made embryos and those parents have blonde hair and blue eyes.
So
you can ask them for that.
This couple, their embryos did not take, but then she was able to go ahead and give birth through this donated embryo. Why did that happen?
So her embryos, the embryos that she and her husband made, didn't work. It could be because her eggs were old, there were genetic problems. There's a lot of reasons why an embryo doesn't work. And so that's why this has been so useful for so many families. You go to another couple whose embryos are good, and you ask them to give them to you.
And some people don't even know about this. How could you even find information about getting an embryo?
The best place to start is with your fertility doctor. And so you can ask them, hey, do you have embryos, other people's embryos that I can use? And if they don't do that, and most of the time they probably won't, you can ask them to refer you someplace else. You may have to travel to do it. This isn't necessarily the easiest thing in the world to do. It's going to take some work, likely.
And it's not something new. I mean, people have been doing this for a while. What was new about your story was that these two families actually, they have a relationship with each other because they're siblings. Biologically, they're siblings.
Right, so you can choose when you take on these embryos, you can choose to make it open or closed, just like a regular adoption. So you can say, I want to know the biological parents of this embryo, or I don't. And this couple said, you know what? We want to know them. They are the biological parents of our child, and there's a sibling out there, too. So you get to make that decision, and you should make that decision and delineate it, put it in a contract, put it in writing. You don't want there to be any question afterwards.
Sure. That's a fascinating story.
And a beautiful little girl.
Oh, isn't she adorable? All right. Thanks, Elizabeth. Thanks. Appreciate it. You might be